Hello, welcome to Juniper Level Botanic Garden, the home of Plant Delights Nursery. I'm standing under a Parrotia. Parrotia is a small genus of two species, one Parrotia persica from the Middle East, persica referring to Persia, the old name for what is now Iran. And this is its Chinese counterpart. This is Parrotia subaequalis, which means not quite equal, and maybe that's referring to the base of the leaf. We'll have to look at in a minute. They are in the same family as witchhazels. They're not quite as showy as a witchhazel in bloom, and both of them bloom in late winter, thereabouts. And basically it's just a bunch of little red dangly down stamens, and it's somewhat showy, especially if you see it backlit by the low angled winter sun. But one of the most ornamental features of Parrotia subaequalis is the fall display. And we're catching it at a really pretty stage, but the thing you can't know viewing this video is that it is almost a month-long display. It started off sort of a darker burgundy color, and now it's becoming quite a bit redder, and it really is a beautiful show. Both species of Parrotia are handsome trees. They have a bold branching architecture, real handsome through the winter months. The bark in time, and this is a fairly young tree. It was, well, wait, no, that's for trillium. I have trouble telling the trilliums from the Parrotias that time. This was planted in 2013, so it's about a dozen years old, though it might have been a 3-gallon plant or so when it was planted. But in time, the bark peels, and we're starting to see a little suggestion of that on the lowest part of the trunk, where the bark becomes less rough and peels and reveals patches of green and cream. So it's something we have to look forward to. And the young stems have sort of a glowing, sort of smooth amber colored bark that's really quite beautiful. But they're handsome trees year round, and you know, especially enjoyable this time of year in the fall color. Another thing about Parrotia subaequalis, the Chinese species, is what I've read is it's extremely rare in the wild. There might be fewer than 100 plants left in the wild. So it has the potential of becoming a plant that's more common in gardens than in its native habitat. But it should become more common in gardens because it's such a worthwhile plant to grow. It's not a small tree, it's a large tree. It's one of those rare trees that's sort of a medium size, maybe 20 to 30 feet tall, and quite a bit wider in time. You can grow it in full sun, but it also does very well in light shade. It's not fussy about soil. It's growing on this hillside, and our native soil is a sandy loam, but there's also a plant of this at the J.C. Ralston Arboretum in Raleigh, and that soil is a well-drained red clay, a good red clay soil. So Parrotia subaequalis, I'm glad you've had a chance to meet it today. Thanks again for your time, and I hope to see you again in the garden.